Hey guys, it's Vintage Vinny, and welcome to my monthly video where I share everything that I was able to sell on eBay. In this video, we are looking at everything that I was able to sell for the month of April 2022. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So the very first item that I was able to sell was a Mary Kay Mineral Powder Foundation at one of the indoor flea market slash peddler malls that we have here in town, or like in another smaller town where I live. There was a booth that was, I think, 50% off, and then even at one point it went down to 75% off, or went up to 75% off. And she had a bunch of these, he or she had a bunch of these. And it's a place where I'm not able to look anything up, so I bought a bunch of these on risk, because I've sold some Mary Kay stuff for pretty good money in the past. And some of it, if they don't make it anymore and people want it, they will pay top dollar for it. So keep your eyes peeled for some Mary Kay products. Anywho, I bought a bunch of these, I think on clearance at $2.50. And I think this is the fourth or fifth one that I've sold for the $12.99. It's not like a really big profit individually, but once you sell a lot of them, the profits keep adding up. So I think this is the fourth or the fifth one. I can't remember for sure. Maybe it's the fourth. So 26 and 26 is $52. That's still pretty good considering I only spent $10 on the four of them when you think about it, right? So this item is actually something that I picked up the last time I visited the Emmitsburg Antique Mall. I haven't been there since, I think, October of 2021, so that just tells you it's been months and months since I've been there last. But anywho, I picked up this awesome McCoy Pottery Elmer the Cow Sugar Bowl for $9.40. It was 40% off in this one booth. That's why it was such an odd number of how much I paid for it. So I sent offers for $27, $28, even going as low as $25. Nobody was biting. And then somebody just came in and bought it for the full asking price of $34.99 with buyer paying shipping. So I was at one of my many favorite antique malls slash indoor flea markets, and I spotted these slag glass salt and pepper shakers, and I thought, oh, those are really interesting and really unique. Nothing I've ever seen before. They are made by Kanawha Glass, and I paid about $6 for them with the intention of putting them in a live sale. I'm glad that I didn't do that because I don't think I would have gotten the $32 that they sold for, and I paid about $6 for them. So that was a really, really good return on investment there. So this next item is a brand new game called Let It Ride. It's a 3-card poker game. And I've had this, I think, since pre-COVID, or maybe like right after everything started opening up. It's been a while. I don't even think I have the receipt for it anymore. I believe I paid about $8 for it at the Fayetteville Antique Mall, one of my many favorite malls to go to in my area. And like I said, it sat down in my basement for a while. The seal to the game kind of came off in some places, but the game is still brand new, never opened. And I was able to sell it for $39.99 with the buyer paying shipping. So the next item we're looking at sold for $40.01. It's the 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ray Fillet action figure, still in the original packaging. I do want to say that I did get a neutral feedback for this item because there was, I guess, a crack in the bubble of the packaging that I wasn't aware of. And I make mistakes. I'm human. And, I'm usually pretty good at noting damage, whether it be in my sales or on eBay. And that may have just been a flaw that I missed. I didn't see it anywhere when I was, taking pictures or looking over the item real well. And again, this is something I've had, I think, since pre-COVID. But yeah, it was a learning experience. I, of course, apologized in the feedback for that and said, you know, it was just something I didn't see, and like I told you all, sometimes I miss things. So I take full responsibility for that neutral feedback. It wasn't negative, which was good. Of course, I'd love to get all positive, and most of my feedback is. Sometimes I make mistakes. I'm only human, right? So this was a really fun item. This is from 1995. It's the river rowing Pocahontas doll with a motorized canoe. I paid about $9 for this at an indoor flea market slash peddler mall slash antique store, and I sold it for full asking price of $49.99. Speaking of items that I've had for quite a while, I've had this awesome Waterford Crystal Heritage ring dish for quite a while. I think I paid about $5 for this at an antique store. I think it was the Black Rose of Chambersburg that I got this. And I had it up for $24.99 for the longest time. I think I had it up for $30, and then I dropped it down to $25. And because I wanted to move it and I only spent $5 on it, I sent out an offer for $17, and the buyer did accept. So I was happy to get that out of here and still make a little bit of money. Now, this was a stellar find. This came from a booth at the Black Rose that was 70% off. So I believe I paid about $12 and change for this. It's Flora by Gucci. And yeah, I was really surprised to see the resale value on that. I think I had it up for $99.99. And then I took a best offer of $80 for it, which I felt was a really, really good return on investment. Full bottle, never been opened, or never been used, or even if it was used, maybe it was used like once or twice. So that was a really good return on investment there. So this came from one of our town, not our town-wide garage sales, like our small little town that we have here had a town day, and there was a craft fair going on in our little, like our near our little park that we have, and then a bunch of houses around it were having a yard sale or having yard sales. And I decided to go later on in the day once I realized that there was some stuff going on. So I found this Fitz and Floyd hydrangea flower plate. I paid $3 for it. I don't know how old it is. I'm not really good at identifying the age of Fitz and Floyd pieces. But anywho, I paid $3 for this. I was going to take it down off of eBay, or the day I thought about taking it down off of eBay and putting it at a live sale, it actually sold for full asking price of $16.99. Another item that I've had for quite a while, this actually came from a peddler mall that is actually no longer in business, but no need to worry. One of the other peddler malls in town was able to take all those vendors in that still wanted to have booths. So this is just a new old stock pack of standard pillowcases. I believe I paid $2 for it, and I sold it. I think I took an offer, or I sent out an offer of $12, and they accepted. So no, not a bad return on investment from $2 to $12. Now this was something that really surprised me at the value of it. I paid $5 for this Bulldog Cookie Jar. Threshold is a Target brand, and sometimes discontinued lines at places like Target or any other big box retailer, sometimes their stuff can go for good money because people aren't able to go to the actual store and get it anymore. So I had this cute little cookie jar up for $39.99, and I believe I took a best offer of $30. So I know that a lot of Hummel pieces don't really have a lot of resale value. It's just one of those things that comes and goes. I don't even know if they still make figurines, do they? I'm not real knowledgeable in that field about that. But I did go ahead and pick up this Madonna and Child wall plaque by Hummel. And I paid about $7.50 for it. I think I got this at Old Glory Antiques. And I sold it for $30 as the best offer from $40. So I felt that that was a really good return on investment there. Picked this up at one of my favorite little like barn flea market places that I like to go to every now and then. This is a Dancing Darlin toy from 1989. How these work is you put some batteries in it, and then you play some music. You put it up close to the, I think there's like a little, this little spot right here behind the girl. And as you play the music, she starts dancing. It's really, really cool. Like, really neat late 80s, early 90s technology in toys. I think I paid maybe, it was either $2 or $4, one of those two prices, and I sold it for full asking price of $24.99. Now, this item, I will say, was probably not my greatest investment. I did buy two of these at the Black Rose of Chambersburg. I believe with my 20% discount that I received, I paid about $23.95 for it, and I was able to sell it for full asking price of $39.99. So that's like, what, a $17 profit, which, I mean, is still not bad, don't get me wrong, but my intention was to sell these on Amazon, but me not being careful with and paying attention to listings, I scanned the barcode to look at it, and I saw the product, and I didn't see that it was, the title for it on Amazon was for like a Felix the Cat thing from 1987. Somebody just made an uh-oh when they did that listing. But anywho, this one did sell for full asking price of $39.99. I do have another one up for sale listed if anybody is interested in this piece from the 90s. Again, it's new old stock, never been opened. Well, I mean, up until now when I had to take a picture of it for the listing, but unused, still has all the original factory packaging in it, so that's really good. This took me by surprise. This actually I bought the last time I went up to the Lancaster area. It's a, how do you pronounce it? Is it Wachtersbach, red sailboat coastal mug. These mugs, for whatever reason, they can chip really easily. I did mention that in the listing, of course, as you can see here. And I think I paid about $1.99 for that. Maybe it was 99 cents, $1.99 from one of the Goodwills that's out there. And I sold it for a best offer of $22 with buyer paying shipping. Oops. And the last item that actually sold on my birthday, yay, good sale on my birthday, was this 2010 Dynasty Barbie doll. Crystal Harrington was the character's name, and I think she was played by Linda Evans, if I'm not mistaken. Even though I'm reading the title of the listing here, I paid about $20 for this at one of my one of the antique stores I like to go to, and I was able to sell it for a full asking price of $99.99. Most Barbies may not have a lot of value, but some of them out there, you just never know. I was really, really surprised to see that this had some value, considering the fact that some of the packaging was a little dented there, as you can see. But I will say, don't overlook the Barbies, because sometimes you can find a real gem, and keep your eyes peeled for these Dynasty dolls from 2010. So, folks, that is everything that I would like to share with you all for my sales for eBay for the month of April 2022. Let me know down below in the comments section, what are some sales you've had recently that were really great? And what items were you really surprised to see sold for the amount that I was able to sell them for? So that's all I have for you today. Be sure and give this video a big thumbs up, leave a comment below, subscribe if you haven't already. Be sure and click the bell next to the subscribe button if you'd like to get notified when new videos are uploaded. Be sure and check me out on Instagram, the link to it is down below as well, where you will see pictures of items to come in future haul videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye guys!